I'm fed up. Stay tuned and I'll tell you why. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update. And I tell you, I am fed up, and I'm fed up with the Fed. I'm fed up with the pundits. I'm fed up with just about everybody. Okay, here we have the Fed reporting on Wednesday, and everybody's worried about what they're going to say, what they're going to do. We all know what they're going to do. They're going to hike rates, and there's a 99% chance they're going to remain with their accommodative easing message to keep the doves flying and floating. So again, I don't think there's any problem or any question. And certainly the equity markets, although lower today, okay, just came off new highs from Friday. So are we really going to worry about what they're going to do? The markets are telling you that they're not concerned, that they don't expect any surprises, nor do I. Again, this is why the Fed will eventually blow it and will eventually create the black swan event that it always creates. So this is nothing new. They are the chief bubble builders, and it should be called the bubble builders, not the Fed. In the meantime, I'm tired and I'm fed up with the pundits who continue to bang on this trade war, okay? Because again, this is like everything else we always see. What this has done is it's giving other companies an excuse to raise their prices now. These trade wars will settle out. The markets, once again, they're down less than 0.75% today. And yet, here we have the pundits wiping their brow, sweating, saying, oh my God, the trade wars. And every expert that comes out, oh my God, the trade wars. The markets tell you the story. There is nothing to worry about at this point. Okay, we're not going to get into a massive trade war. And think about it. If we had to pay a few extra pennies to bring the work back into here, would that not increase the economy? Would that not make things better for everybody? So I don't believe that's going to happen. I do believe that we're going to see a settlement on these trade wars eventually. And I think that President Trump is doing the right thing. Of course, the pundits that don't like President Trump continue to make this like it's the biggest ordeal. Not to mention that we've had a $9.5 trillion increase in market cap since he's been elected. Okay, so we've got the strongest market right now that we've seen in 100 years, whatever it is. And of course, I believe it's a little bit of a bubble anyways. I think it's priced for perfection. But I'm tired of the excuses because all we're doing is sucking in those that probably shouldn't be in the market to get over leveraged, over margined, so that when the markets finally do fall apart, which they will, okay, and then they'll rally again because they do go up 8% year over year. But at the end, I'm tired of listening to all the nonsense. Can't they find something else to talk about? Okay. In the meantime, the markets were mixed today. They weren't even down. Early, they were down big. Later, the NASDAQ rallied all the way from way down to being up on the day. The Russell was way up, way down, and ended up mid-change. Then Dow was down 200, and then it came back. And the S&P, I mean, it's been really a nothing day. There's no volume. There's no real interest in these markets right now. But in the meantime, other than the NASDAQ, which has sold off a little bit, we're still no farther away than 2% from the all-time highs. So throughout all of the fretting and the worrying, we're 2% from the all-time highs. The dollar is pretty flat. Okay, now the dollar has come quite a bit down, and I think that you're going to see that this is part of the Fed plan. This is part of their suppression to keep the dollar down because it masks higher rates globally. Not here, but it masks them globally. So I think the dollar is getting ready to take a charge to the upside. We saw oil, once again, we've got a fear trade going on in oil. We are now widening in that backwardation again. And of course, we may have to puke again here in oil because, again, it's getting to a point where, again, we're not going to sit here and fight it. One of the things you have to remember as a trader and an investor is you don't fight things because the markets are always right. So if we continue to go higher here, then we'll have to get out and look for another entry. Very simple. Gold continues in this just vicious consolidation. It looked like this morning it was going to break out big, and then it dribbled back down, and it's closing about mid-range. Nothing, again, right now, the markets are nothing from nothing. If you look at almost any market, it's in consolidation. Grains, mixed markets today. They had, soybeans had a great week last night. They traded in an outside range and closed towards their highs. So that was a nice thing. But today, beans were down a little bit. Corn and wheat were higher. Of Corn is now back at 361. Wasn't it just 342 and everybody was puking? Well, now we're at 361. Again, that's why we always say don't let your emotions take over. Make sure you understand the markets. The bonds are pretty static and pretty flat here, down a little bit, but interest rates are going to rise. We know they're going to be hiked on Wednesday, but I think the real story here is that the bond traders are going to push these rates up themselves because they're big enough to do so. So overall, the markets are the markets. And right now, there's just nothing really to do. So we can try to make up stories and make up why we're going down or why we're going up. In the meantime, if you're moving less than 1%, there's nothing really to talk about. That's really what it comes down to. And the cryptocurrencies held beautifully, rallied a little bit softer today, but overall, they look really good and solid and look like they're going to start their ascent, rally back up again. So we're looking to be buyers there. But in the meantime, as I say, be patient, wait for the opportunity. This market is not presenting any great opportunity as it stands right now. So we're going to wait for the right entry levels so that whether it'll be to the long side or the short side, we will get in with the highest probability. This is Bubba's Daily Update, and it's Monday Night Football. I'll have my selection after this. In the meantime, don't forget my high school investing program. If you'd like to help us out, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And of course, don't forget to get the Bubba Show every day from 4 to 5 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. And tonight's football, and I had a bad weekend. I did have 2 winners on the show, but I had a bad weekend. But tonight, we like the Steelers. We like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They went from a favorite to an underdog. We're taking the points in Pittsburgh. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bubba's Daily Update. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bubba's Daily Update. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks.